Pet peeves. Everyone's got them, myself included, and today I'm telling you all of my crochet related pet peeves. Hello and welcome back to the channel. My name is Courtney. I'm a size inclusive crochet designer, and today I'm going to tell you what really grinds my gears. I've got 7 major pet peeves for you and 3 minor pet peeves. Let's do those 3 mini pet peeves first because I can just do them rapid fire and they're mostly about making. 1, when that yarn is splitty. Ugh, gross, hate it. 2, when your finished blocked sweater is taking days to dry because it's rainy outside. Rude. Unacceptable. I want my finished object and I want it now. 3, factory knots in yarn. When you are pulling from that ball and that little yarn ball or that little yarn knot comes out, I will never trust a factory knot. I am always re-knotting that, just like I'm attaching a new skein. Hello, my love. The little one said he would like to come and do his pet peeves too. And his pet peeve is when mommy crochets all day and doesn't pay enough attention to him. Anything else you'd like to air out? You can just sit here. Okay, my 7 major pet peeves are more like community based. I'm sorry if I upset anyone with these. So the first one is any type of yarn or project shaming. I'm not about it. Everybody's on different budgets, so some people are going to be using acrylic and some people are going to be using the super fancy indie dyed yarn. Anywhere in between or either end of that spectrum, you should not be shamed for the yarn that you're using. That being said, some yarns are just better for garments than others, and that's why I created a video about how to choose yarn for your garments. So go and check that out. Again, this is not yarn shaming. It's just giving you the education and tools to pick a yarn that is going to be great for your garments. In that regard, my second pet peeve is any type of gatekeeping. Everybody should have all of the knowledge and skills that they need to create a crochet wardrobe of their dreams. Any type of gatekeeping behavior or judgment or looking down at somebody who doesn't know all of the things that you know about crochet, about yarn, about knitting, I don't like it. And that's a big motivator behind my content online and my YouTube channel, is trying to take everything that's in here that I know about yarn and I know about crochet and give it to all of you, because I don't want to gatekeep. I want you to know how to choose your size. I want you to know about why gauge is so important. I want you to know about how to choose the right yarn and how to modify patterns to your body. No gatekeeping, never. It's not a good look. Don't do it. And I'm just going to say it right now that I did order these in the way that the last one that I'm going to say is the one that peeves me the most. So if I seem peeved now, just wait till I get to that 7th one. Number 3 is knitting is better than crochet. No, it's not. They are both equally awesome crafts, and there should never be shaming from knitters about crocheters or crocheters about knitters. We are all yarn lovers, and can't we please just get along? One craft is not better than the other. Both are unique and able to do different things differently. And while I'm here, come here. While I'm here, let's talk about the fact that people have this idea that crochet can only be super kitschy. It can only be granny squares. It can only be doilies. Sure, it can be those things, but it can also be really nice garments like knitting too, okay? And in that regard, I have heard these stories. This has never happened to me, but I've heard these stories happen where a crocheter will go into a fancy yarn shop and they'll identify themselves as a crocheter, and then they're treated differently by the staff at the local yarn stores. And I just want to go into those local yarn stores and speak to the staff and speak to the owner and be like, do you not know that crochet uses significantly more yarn than knitting to create a similar project? You should be thanking us for coming into your store because we are going to be buying more yarn than a knitter. I digress. Crochet and knitting are both wonderful, amazing crafts. They each have their own place, and stop saying that one is better than the other. It's just not true. Number 4, any type of shaming around how we are holding our hook or our yarn. There are more common ways that it's done and there are less common ways that it's done, but no way is wrong or incorrect. All right? As long as we are crocheting That's all that matters. Some people are going to hold it knife hold, some people are going to hold it pencil hold, some people are going to throw the yarn, some people are going to hook the yarn. I have even seen, and I don't know how they do it, but I've seen people who, like with English style knitting, they hold the yarn and the hook in their same hand. I don't know how they do it, but I'm not going to shame them for it. I'm probably going to stand over their shoulder and watch in amazement, but I'm not shaming them for it. I'm just curious because it's something that I have not seen done, and it's cool. Like, I love the innovation. I love how you figured a way to hold your hook and yarn that works for you. That's really cool. We knew I wasn't doing a pet peeve video without talking about gauge. There are two parts to my gauge pet peeve. The first is designers who don't encourage their testers or their customers to be getting gauge. We need to be doing that. There is a whole video on this YouTube channel about why gauge and size inclusion go hand in hand. Incorrect gauge disproportionately affects plus size makers. So if you're not encouraging your testers and your customers to be getting accurate blocked gauge, you're not as size inclusive as you thought. That's spicy. That's a little spicy. I'm leaving it in. Then the second part, so designers not encouraging their testers and makers and themselves to get accurate blocked gauge, but then also just crocheters in general who are not doing gauge, and then they're like, it doesn't fit, or it used way more or way less yarn than I expected it to, or I sized up, but the bust is too big and the sleeves are too small. It's because you didn't get gauge. You gotta get gauge. It's the only way to guarantee fit in garments. Now, this pet peeve is very garment and crochet wearable specific. It's okay if you're not getting gauge for amigurumis, for blankets, for scarves, anything that is not worn and needs to be specific dimensions, okay? The gauge related pet peeve is mostly for crochet clothing. Hats, I might forgive you. I might. But a sweater? A dress? Absolutely not. Pet peeve, no thank you. Mic drop. Okay, second biggest pet peeve, and this one has been kind of touched on in other pet peeves. It's anyone who puts competition above community. There is no reason for this. So in the yarny business sphere, there is room for all of us. There is room for all of us. I encourage more people to begin designing crochet garments because I know that there is room for them. Really, little dog? Life with a senior dog. You're okay. Do you need to go back to bed? Okay, so we were talking about people who put competition above community. So in yarny businesses, that means that these people think that there's too many yarny designers, that there's too many crocheters at craft fairs, things like that. And to that I say, no. You need to find your unique piece in this community, but there is room for you in this community, especially in crochet garment designing making. My specific realm, I know there is tons of space because I see it. There are so few crochet garment designers out there when compared to knitting designers. There's room for us all. Then in the non-business related world, let's just say in the tester world, in the maker world, in this online social media 24-hour news cycle world, we're seeing everything that everyone is making, all the yarn that everyone is buying, and there is no competition. You don't need to have more finished objects than Sally. You don't need to have more yarn than Susie. You stay in your lane, you do what you want to do, you do what brings you joy. There is no competition. You don't need to test more. You don't need to take better photos. You don't need to do those things. There is space for all of us to be uniquely ourselves within this crochet community. Then the last and the biggest and the most pet peeve of them all is the pressure to monetize your hobby. And I say that as someone who monetized my hobby. I have been working full-time as a crochet designer for 5 years, over 5 years now, and obviously I monetized my hobby, and that is going relatively well for me. But you should never feel pressure to monetize your hobby. If you make something and someone says, oh, you should sell those, you can say, No. No is a full sentence. Just no. That being said, if you do want to monetize it and become a business, that's allowed, but you should never feel pressure to. You should never feel just because I'm doing it or somebody else is doing it that you need to. Or just because somebody says, oh, you should sell those hats. Oh, you should sell those plushies. Oh, you should do this. Oh, you don't have to do anything that you don't want to do. If your hobby is just something that is bringing you joy in this crazy world that we live in, then just have it as a hobby. That's a really beautiful, wonderful thing. Enjoy the slow fashion, enjoy the slow making, and don't feel pressure to monetize. All right, that is my list of 10 pet peeves, 3 little ones and 7 big ones. What are your crochet pet peeves? Are they the same as mine? Are they different? Do you have some that I maybe didn't touch on? Let me know in the comments below. Like this video and subscribe to the channel for future educational crochet content and vlog style videos, and I'll see you next time. Happy crocheting. Bye-bye. Mic drop. Mic drop.